Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subject is financial management, and today's topic is on today lecture is on capital budgeting technique. This is 8th online lecture on financial management. In today's lecture, we will discuss project evaluation and selection, how the project are evaluated and then selected amongst other projects. So there may be 3 or 4 projects or maybe more in which we will evaluate our project, and then we will select among one of best one among these 4 or amongst the alternatives, best alternative among the projects. Then we will discuss example for project evaluation technique, that what are project evaluation technique. We will discuss each one in detail, like payback period, like IRR, like NPV, like profitability index, and so many others. Then we will study the assumption that the projects are independent, or they are mutually exclusive, or dependent on one another. Then we will discuss the first technique of project evaluation amongst project evaluation techniques, that is payback period. What is the acceptance criteria for payback period? We will also discuss it. Then what are payback period technique strength and weaknesses. Going further, project evaluation alternative method. First, payback period. What is payback period? Payback period is basically when initial cash outflow is recovered in how much time? How much time? So we will call this payback period that initial investment is recovered in how much time. Then internal rate of return. Internal rate of return is project evaluation technique in which we try to calculate the rate at which initial cash outflow is equal to, the present value of outflow is equal to the present value of present value of all cash inflow. The rate at which it equates the present value of cash outflow with the present value of cash inflow. Then net present value. Net present value means when we deduct all present value of cash inflow from the present value of cash outflow. Means initial investment when deducted from the present value of all cash inflow, it is net present value. Profitability index is basically used in order to ranking the project, but profitability is equal to that present value of cash inflow, means all cash flows divided by initial cash outflow. That is called profitability index. We will discuss each one in detail in coming slides, but today's lecture is solely on payback period. We will discuss this first technique, project evaluation technique in capital budgeting. Examples of project. We will discuss the payback period with the help of continuing example, that Jolie Miller is evaluating a new project for her firm, Basket Wonders. She had determined that after tax cash flow for the project will be 10,000 in first year, 12,000 in second, 15,000 in third, 10,000 in fourth, and 7,000 in last terminal year, fifth year, respectively for each of year 1, 2 through 5. The initial cash outflow is $40,000. So this firm Basket Wonders will invest $40,000 initially and will get this pattern of cash flow for the 5 years. What will be the payback period? We will discuss it. First, we will discuss independent project. The independent project is basically when the project is independent of accepting or rejecting the other project. Means if we have two projects, one in A and B, if acceptance or rejecting of A do not have any impact on B, then these projects are called independent projects. Similarly, acceptance of B will not affect the acceptance or rejections of A. We call it, these are independent projects. Assume that it is independent of other potential projects that Basket Wonder may undertake. So the project that we discussed in earlier example, who have initial cash outflow of $40,000, is independent of other projects. We will move with these assumptions. Now, independent, a project whose acceptance or rejection do not prevent the acceptance of prevent the acceptance or rejection of other project is called independent project. Payback periods. What is payback periods? These are, let's suppose we have this, we continue the same example. This is initially we are today. This is 1 year after, that is second year, that is third year, fourth year, and fifth year. This is timeline. Now initial cash outflow is $40,000. That K represents thousands, and this project will earn $10,000 in first year, and in second year it will earn 12,000 cash flow in second year, 15,000 cash flow will be earned in third year, 10,000 cash flow will be received in fourth year, and 7,000 in fifth year. What is payback period? Payback period is the period of time required for cumulative expected cash flow from investment project to equal the initial cash outflow. Means we will see that when this 40,000 will be recovered from the project. No time value is involved, so first of all this 10,000 we will left with 30,000 minus 30,000 in first year. Now in second year we will get 12,000. We will if this 10,000 recovered from this 40,000, 30,000 rest, and this 12,000 is recovered in second year, it is $18,000 left. When 15,000 recovered in third year, only $3,000 left. So this 3,000 will be recovered in this between 3 and 4th year. We will also calculate it, but initially from initial calculation or estimation, we come to know that the project have payback period of 3 years and more than 3 years, but the after 3 year period is still unknown to us. We will calculate it in the coming slides. This is one of the formula that we will use. These are timelines. So this is the cash flow pattern. This is first year, second, third, and fourth. that is 40,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 10,000 and 7,000 cash flow. So cumulative cash flow, cumulative means we will add all the cash flow. This is 10,000. When we add this 10,000 to 12,000, we will get 22,000, and when this 22,000 is 8 to 15,000, we get 37,000 cash flow in third year. It is bit less than 40,000 cash flow. Only when this cumulative cash flow is deducted from this 40,000, we will be left with minus 3,000 cash flow. So this 3,000 will be recovered in behind third year. How we will calculate it? We will calculate it like this. This A is basically this completed portion of third year. We put it here. This is third year. What is B? B is basically this total amount, which is B, and this is cumulative cash flow C. We also mention it here, minus C divided by D. What is D? D is basically this 10,000 amount. This is D. So 3 plus 40 minus 37 divided by 10, we will get 3.3 years. Are very simple. It can be calculated also with alternative method, payback period solution 2. This is timeline from initial year to final year. That is project life is spanned over 5 years. So the timeline represents 5 years. That is cash flow. This 40,000 is initial cash flow, which will be invested by basket wonders firms by buying any machine, by constructing any building. But this 40,000 is initial investment in the project. This is initial cash outflow, ICO, which we call. And this 10,000 is cash flow that will be resulted as this come as the result of this new investment. And this $12,000 also come as a result of this new investment. This 15,000 in third year will also generated because of this new investment. So all these cash flows are invested, all these cash flows are generated because of the new investment. So first how we will calculate this cash flow in second method as this is $40,000 initial cash outflow. In payback periods, we are interested to recover this 40,000, and we are interested to calculate the time period in which this 40,000 will be fully recovered. In payback method, the focus is on the periods. The focus is on the time periods in which this 40,000 will be recovered. So first of all, we check that how much is recovered after first year. $10,000 is recovered. So this 10,000 when deducted from this 40,000, we left with this $30,000. So this $30,000 means 10,000 has been recovered in first year. Now this 12,000 will be recovered in a second year. So we will be left with $18,000. Now this this still we will focus to recover this 18,000. This when in third year when 15,000 cash flow have been received, these 18,000 will be left, initial cash will be left only $3,000. Now this 3,000 it means that in 3 years we recovered 37,000, but still 3,000 have been left. So what we will do, this leftover amount 3,000 divided by the 4th year, or the remaining periods cash flow will be considered this 10,000 divided by this 10,000. We will get that 3.3 year as our payback period. It means the initial cash outflow will be recovered in 3.3 years. So how it is, let me rub out. These are things. So this 3 year is known to us, that is full 3 year will be the project will take full 3 year, and if 3,000 is left, it will be deducted by the whole year cash flow, that is $10,000. It result with 3.3 years. Note, take absolute value of the last negative cumulative cash flow. We will not consider any negative. We will consider the absolute value of this 3,000 divided by 10,000. We will get the 3.3 years. So the main focus of this note is to ignore the negative sign in calculating this last portion of the payback period. Payback period acceptance. What should be the criteria of payback period acceptance? The management of the basket vendors has set maximum payback periods of 3.5 years. This criteria is relative. It may be for any firm, it may be 2 years, it may be for another firm, it may be 4 years, for another it may be 5 years. Every organization set up their this criteria according to their need and condition prevailing in that specific years. So for the basket vendors, the criteria is if any project payback period is below 3.5, we will accept the project. This is the criteria. What is the criteria for accepting the project? 3.5 years. Behind this, if any project whose initial amount is recovered, let's suppose in 4 years, it will not be accepted. If it recovered its initial cash flow in 5th year, it will not be recovered. So only below 3 year project will be accepted, 2 year project will be accepted. This is threshold. Below this 3.5, the project will be accepted. Above 3.5, our project will be rejected. So what should be the decision about this specific project of basket vendors? What should this project be accepted or not? It should be accepted. Yes. Why yes? Because the firm will receive back the initial cash outlay in less than 3.5 years. That is 3.3 years, which is less than their threshold criteria. So we should accept, the firm should accept the project that have been discussed in earlier examples. Payback period strength and weaknesses. What are strength and weaknesses in payback periods? First, it is easy to use. Easy to use because no calculation of time value have been involved. Secondly, it focus on short-termism. It means the organization who are interested in liquidity of the project will use this method of payback period. It is easy to use. No time value is involved. Can be used as a measure of liquidity. As early as possible, your original or your invested amount will be in your hand. So when there is a risky situation or any company have involved high risk in their economy, then this method will work, because as soon as you recover your original amount or invested amount, the rest of the thing is your profit. So this payback period is used to measure the liquidity of the project. It is easier to forecast short terms than long time flow. So short time cash flow is very easier to forecast. So they will focus on their early year, which is bit certain, than the year which are bit longer or uncertain, because economic conditions are changing very rapidly. So this method will give you initial indication of the project that it should be accepted or rejected. What are the weaknesses? There are some weaknesses. No time value is used to calculate the payback periods. We ignore the basic concept of the finance, that dollar of today is worth more than the dollar of tomorrow. So time value of money is ignored here. It also, let's suppose that is payback period we calculated. This method ignores the cash flow or the benefit of the project behind this point. So it will not help in ranking the project. Maybe two projects have equal payback period, that is 3.5, let's suppose, but let's suppose two projects A and B both have same payback period, but B provide you more cash flow after the payback period than A. So the payback period do not consider the cash flow behind the payback period. That is one of the weakness. Cut-off period is subjective, means when the company, let's suppose in this basket wonder case, the threshold or cut-off date was 3.5 years. That is subjective. Maybe any firms accept those projects who have 2-year payback period. So this is subjective, changes from one firms to another. There is no hard and fast criteria to set any cut-off periods. That is one of the weakness of the payback period. This is all about today's lecture. Thank you.